showtime.
It's showtime. And here we go.
Welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T., and this is your box office report and what is upcoming. And this is also a weekend before the Comic-Con that I'm going to with the family, Terrificon down in Connecticut. And I will tell you who, at the end of this episode, who I will be going to see. And maybe some others, who knows. But I have a list of people I am going to go see. And then next week, right now, tentatively, may or may not be the 100th episode just yet. I'm working on it, but I will have a short about it and a post and whatever I can to promote it. So that means that you should be thinking about joining me for it. And again, I'm not really expecting a whole lot of people to do the live, but would be curious as to see if you guys had any suggestions that I should do for it. And again, hit that subscribe button, like, share, especially those shorts. Let's see if we can't get some of those guests on. Remember, Matthew Lillard, Jenna Elfman, Katie Sackhoff, Soleil Moon Frye. Those are the shorts there. Also, the other shorts, that have been pretty popular is some of the Comic-Con stuff that I put out there about some stories and so on. So definitely go back and check those out if you haven't already. Go back and check out any episodes that you haven't listened to yet. Remember, for the subscribers, the first season was basically all the 2024. There was only 40 or so episodes there where you could only hear. There might have been one or two that had video. I tried to do video last year. But let's get to box office report. And unfortunately, one of the movies I thought was going to make the top 5 didn't, Together at 6.8. It has been widely reviewed as a very good movie. I am going to try and see it this week before I get to the Comic-Con, so I will probably have a review of that. Hopefully before the weekend is out, but maybe definitely afterwards. Number 5, though, was Jurassic World Rebirth. Fell from 3 to 5 at 8.7. Superman, still in the top 5. Dropped from 2 to 4 at 13.8. Two new movies that came out that did top the top 5. We have Naked Gun in third place at 17 million. Now, I'm going to definitely try to see this movie. I already have seen Happy Gilmore 2. I have not done my review on it yet. I'm going to wait to see Naked Gun movie. Because if Naked Gun is anything like Happy Gilmore 2, you'll understand what I mean when I get to review it. But it got a really good score. Surprised it didn't do more money, but maybe then again I'm not as surprised. And we'll see eventually when I get to see it. Bad Guys 2. The animated movie made 22.2 in second place. And of course, number 1, MCU's Fantastic Four, making $40 million. So, I know people are trying to compare that and Superman as far as, second week drop off. Does it really matter? It drops off. Every movie drops off after their first weekend. It's because reviews come out, their friends tell their friends, and so on. It's just, it happens. No movie can sustain a non-fall after the first one. Now, movies continue to make money and be number one at the box office, but again, they all drop off. So, if you haven't seen my Fantastic Four review, go back and watch that. Also, the Superman review as well. Jurassic World one with my Dino sort of movie. Thumbtack. Alright. So, this is a big weekend for a horror movie, and we'll get to that at the very end because I want to preference that. But the other big movie for the weekend that isn't my number one for August that you should see is Freakier Friday, and Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan star in this film. If you're a fan of Freaky Friday, then you probably will like this one as well. I just find this to be as negative as I don't know. It's hard to comprehend why we have to do sequels of movies, especially movies that was a reboot of a classic original one starring Jodie Foster back in the day. So, if you like the first one, you'll probably like this one as well, even though it looks more zanier than the first one. Alright. Wednesday releases this week. We're starting to see these Wednesday and Thursday releases pick up a little bit more. And the first one is Sketch. Now, it didn't say whether it was going to be in limited release or on video on demand. Or a streaming service for that matter. It just kind of left it in there. But Sketch is about a widowed father faces challenges when his daughter's drawings become real and affecting the town. He struggles to cope with this and the recent loss of his wife. So, think Imaginary Friend, and with Ryan Reynolds, and so these sketches start to affect the town, whether she has a scary drawing or a nice drawing. So it's kind of a step further than Imaginary Friends. So will it be scary for kids? Probably. Imaginary Friend wasn't scary, so it was more a comedy. This one is going to be more on the horror side, but not like overly top horror film, but it is going to be a little bit of a horror. Also today is the movie The Pickup. This is on Amazon Prime, streaming today. Eddie Murphy, Keke Palmer, Pete Davidson, wrestling superstar Roman Reigns, Eva Longoria, Marshawn Lynch, Andrew Dice Clay. I will see this, I will review it, or I will put it on my watch or skip list, that episode that I will be doing. Because, as I mentioned in a couple of other ones, I have seen so many movies and I just don't know if you want them reviewed. So I'm going to try to put them together. They may be movies you haven't seen. Maybe they have been seen, you've seen, and maybe you think the same way I do or not. And that'll open up discussion for comments. So we'll see about that. But anyway, this movie is about a routine cash pickup that takes a wild turn when two mismatched armored truck drivers are ambushed by ruthless criminals. The unlikely duo must navigate high-risk danger, clashing personalities, and a very bad day that keeps getting longer and longer. The cast alone makes it seem like it's going to be very comedic. Amazon Prime has done a lot of these. Head of State is one that I will list on my watch list, the watch or skipped list. It's right up there with Deep Cover. Yes, the Bryce Dallas Howard movie I did review. Yes. So Amazon's doing a lot of these, and Marshawn Lynch has been in some of these Amazon movies. So obviously he's doing the Thursday Night Football stuff, but now he's being put in movies. He did the movie Love Hurts, and I will leave that for the watch or skip list. So that is today's list, or the Wednesday drops for this week. And then what I noticed was there's going to be a lot of musical numbers, or musical dramas, documentaries coming out this week. Tomorrow, Thursday, Stands, Eminem's documentary. This looks very, very interesting. If you are an Eminem fan, then you will definitely want to watch this film. Stephen Lockhart examines the complicated relationship between hip-hop icon Eminem and the legion of fans whose lives have been shaped by his music. So, this is definitely going to be something that I will watch when it comes to streaming. I won't see it in the theater, not necessary. But if you're an Eminem fan, it's definitely going to be worth your time, and it looks really good. Then a movie called Ebony and Ivory. So this was a famous song back in the day. So this is two music legends gather at a Scottish cottage on the Mull of Kintyre for a huge summit to discuss a potential collaboration that will ultimately result in a global #1 smash hit song. I don't know. Again, I'm not a music guy, so these kind of movies just kind of go over, and I don't really go to that genre. So unfortunately I won't be reviewing most of these, but if it's interesting to you, watch it and let me know what you think. Another one, It's Never Over, Jeff Buckley. So rising musician Jeff Buckley had only finished one album when he died suddenly in 1997, a portrait of a generation defining singer. I wouldn't even begin to know who Jeff Buckley was. If you did, congrats, and this might be a movie to watch for you. Another one that's coming out, Angel-Headed Hipster, the songs of Mark Bolan and T-Rex. An explanation of the life and pioneering work of glam rock singer Mark Bolan, featuring performances by the T-Rex frontman, interviews, and a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the tribute album. Again, lost on me. So, alright. In a very small release, a film that I might actually try to go and see if it's available. If not, I will wait for demand. My Mother's Wedding. This stars Kristen Scott as a widower, Scarlett Johansson, Sienna Miller, and so this is about a heartfelt and funny story about three sisters returning to their childhood home for the momentous occasion of Mom's third wedding and twice widowed. As they gather for the wedding, Mom and daughters are faced forced to revisit the past and confront the future, all while help from colorful group of unexpected wedding guests. Looks kind of crazy, looks funny and heartfelt. So I will definitely try to watch this at some point, either if it comes on demand right away or maybe in the theaters. Not too sure, but it looks very interesting, and Scarlett Johansson fans probably will want to see it. Another movie that's coming out in small release, The Occupant. When Abby, played by Ella Balanski, me and names, a guilt-ridden engineering geologist, is in transit from her remote assignment, survives a helicopter crash. She must try to escape the harsh environment, but she is not alone. So this looks somewhat interesting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Ash that I saw, and then of course a little bit of drama in there as well. Finally, Sight. Neil, played by Jake McCullen, suffers a mind-altering, time-distorted hallucinations while inspecting an abandoned military site. Soon after the haunting hallucinations, as strangers and troubling events from his past bleed into his reality, he must uncover the secrets of the site and the soul-searching truth of his hallucinations. So, another one of these weird, drug-induced hallucination movies. Looks kind of interesting. I probably will see it. I know it's on demand, so probably check that out. Alright, so now on the TV side, Twisted Metal just came out on Thursdays on Peacock. So I'll probably do a review of season 2 after the season. Wednesday season 2 comes out today on Netflix. Season 2 looks as wild as the first season, and so that comes out today. When it's finished, I will definitely do a review of it. Also looking forward to starting next Tuesday, Alien Earth on Hulu and FX. I love Aliens. I think they're trying to do more with it, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, the trailers have looked amazing for this. Also, Peacemaker is this month, season 2, which George is looking forward to. John Cena returns as the Peacemaker in this DC show, which will have ties to the DCU movies. So Gunn is doing a little less shows to movie ratio, as the MCU is starting to realize that they did too many things like this during Phase 4 and 5 after Endgame because they felt like they needed to do more, but now they're going to do a lot less, as I've mentioned, and I think they've been on the right track, as I've mentioned. I know some people disagree with me. That's fine. You have your opinion, I have mine. But I think the lesser of stuff that's coming out is better for the MCU going forward. And again, they've only mentioned 3 movies coming out and a few shows. And then they have other projects that they're going to fit in, but they're not going to come out and just say, okay, this is where this is going to go. So maybe the projects will wind up in Phase 7. Who knows? But alright, so that is your box office report. No, it's not, because the number 1 movie, I think, this week, I think it will knock off Fantastic Four. And as much as it is a horror film, I think this has got enough buzz to where you, as an audience, will go and see. It is Weapons. Julie Garner, who was in Fantastic Four as the Silver Surfer. Josh Brolin is in this as well. And then Benedict Wong as well. So, obviously, MCU alum for this wild 100% Rotten Tomato score, and the reviews, the audience reviews or the audience scores have been just as good for this film. And I mentioned it on the last broadcast, what it was about, but I will mention it again. Kids from one classroom, all but one of them disappears, and now the town needs to find out how this happened and who may have done it, or what could have done it. So this looks so crazy, and definitely we are going to see this weekend. Just not sure when. I'm hoping Thursday on the opening night, but I was also thinking Sunday when we come back from the Comic-Con. So I will definitely have a review of that next week, hopefully. But so now that is your box office report for the last weekend. So as you know, I'm going to Terrificon and taking Austin on his first one that he might actually enjoy. Last year I took him on the Friday night for Rhode Island Comic Con. He wasn't able to walk, so he was in a stroller. This one he'll be able to walk around, but he definitely will be in a stroller because there might be too many people. But it's going to be a fun weekend. It is at Mohegan Sun, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to get around than Fan Expo, which is this weekend as well. Fan Expo is going to be crazy, and I will find out from somebody that I know that is going. He works with me, and I will get the lowdown on probably one of the busiest Saturdays I would have, again, if they weren't on the same weekend, I probably would have gone to both. Although, just the thought of 5 large celebrities on a day that is typically the worst for Comic-Cons is Saturday, because everybody has a Saturday off when it's Comic-Con. There's tens of thousands of people going through, and the lines are going to be insane for those guests. But Terrificon, I'm going to see Jeremy Davis. He's been in plenty of things, but where I remember him from is Lost. Mikhaili Hoover. She has been in many films. She has been in the MCU. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's in um, the new Superman movie. So it'll be interesting to meet her. Mitch Palaliga. He was in a movie back in the 80s called The Shocker. Um, Such a wild and crazy film. I've been trying to get George to watch it. He has not wanted to, but it was classic 80s horror where a serial killer gets caught, has to go to the electric chair, but he makes this deal with the devil to survive a little bit longer. So he gets juiced in the electric chair, and then he becomes electric, hopping from body to body, outlet to outlet. He's on TV. He can jump through TVs. It's a wild and crazy movie. If you have seen it, comment down below what you thought of it. I know it looks, looking back on it, like I thought it was like the coolest movie, and it's so cheesy, but 80s horror was definitely cheesy. Karen Allen from Raiders of the Lost Ark, definitely would definitely like to meet her. Henry Thomas. I mean, E.T., Cloak and Dagger. When I was growing up, two of the best movies. Now he's been in Mike Flanagan stuff, and I'm looking forward to asking him about working with Mike Flanagan. So, Haley Atwell. Yes, looking forward to seeing her, as I've been a huge Captain Carter fan, obviously with the MCU, and want to ask her, how she felt about the ending of Endgame, where she finally got to have her dance with Steve, and then how unceremoniously she was killed off in Multitude of Madness. Yeah. And then finally, K.Q. Kwon from Loki, and obviously Short Round back in the day. So this time I'll actually get to meet him. I was a part of, in the Comic Con, I think it was the first episode, where I was a part of the Goonies for a day, taking a picture with them, or it might have been the second one. Watch both, doesn't matter. Just watch both. Like him. So I'll get to meet him, and that's it. It's just a small number of people. There might be some more guests there that might pique my interest in going to, but at the moment those are the 7 that I am going to go see. Alright, well, with that being said, I will probably drop a short or a post, and definitely on my Instagram, and here on the YouTube, for that 100th episode. Again, I am actually thinking about going live. It's a scary proposition because I have no idea how that's going to go. Also, the fact that I have to do a lot of editing of stuff here. You may notice that because it's hard to do this alone, and I give all the credit in the world to all these people who do these things alone, and obviously the other podcasters that have guest hosts, or they are a guest of these podcasts. So, but I've had a lot of fun with this, and hope that you guys are too. Obviously, you guys are because you are watching. So I thank you all for watching. I will see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. 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 Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.